Hello, welcome to Figure Form 45. Thank you for your time checking my video. This is my review of the Yolopark AMK Series Rhinox. Now, this is gonna be my review of the fully built figure, but I did make a separate video for this one on the build. Now, if you watch that video, you know that one of my issue with this, actually it's my only issue with this figure is that this is a wrong part. These are both the right side. This is actually made up of two parts. Now the bottom part are correct. It's left and right. But the top part are both right. Now, come on, y'all part. I really want, I really loving your releases and your products, but these kinds of errors, QC errors, should be prevented because it will definitely, put some people off. Well, actually, to be honest, I was a little let down on this one when I saw this during my build. And if you will look, it even have a knob mark. So this is an amazing figure, but come on, Yellowfort, be more strict on your QC, QC process. This kind of mistake should not pass QC. Now, if you are new to my channel, please leave a like and subscribe if you like my videos. This will really help me a lot in making more of these videos. Now, one thing I need to point out on this release is that he came with you know, the Optimus Prime weapon set. So that's definitely makes your Optimus Prime a little more badass. One of the big improvement that I need to point out that Yola Park did on this figure is that they gave him articulated hands. Yeah, that's articulated hands instead of those, uh, alternate hands poses with different poses, which this prime have. They gave him an articulated hand, and they also improve on the way their weapons is attached. So you can see that Yolofark is really improving on their products. So it now has a tab which you can put there. So when he's holding this, he really holds it very firmly. As far as the detail of this X of this hammer, if you would check it out, definitely good in the detail. It doesn't lack in the detail department. One of the best selling point of this Yola Park model kit, especially as they release new products, you can see that they are improving on their mold and sculpted detail. Look at that head sculpt. Then just look at that detail, that robot detail, even at the back. Yeah, that is amazing. And one another thing that really attracted me to this brand is that its price. It basically costs the same as a Marble Legend, if not lower, because Marble Legend have increased prices now. Now, one of the things that you may have noticed if you watch my build video on this is that I did not walk through the articulation, because one of my problem that I noticed when I was building this is that the joint here that connects the hand are too tight. To be honest, like scary tight. Like I feel like if I'm gonna be move them, they will break. So I was thinking maybe I would hit them, it will go a little loose, but then I realized, what was I thinking? This is a model kit. That doesn't work. Anyway, as I man, even now it is too tight now. Yeah, this joint is too tight, like scary tight. I mean, just now look, I was already able to rotate it, but there now yeah, you should really be careful in moving this because it is really tight. And I mean really tight that I feel like if I could keep doing that, it will break. That joint will break. But yeah, now that I move it, it's actually okay now. So there's articulation there, and then this actually moves too. There's also actually articulation here. So those moves. Then, sorry, again, one of my main comment this one is that the connection, the joints are too tight. So you should be very careful on this figure so that you don't break it. This is actually the first build that I did with Yolopark that I really got scared with the connection because I was thinking, I think this is gonna break, especially those shoulder connection. Now, as we do the articulation, just look at the, the mechanical detail, the things that moves. That is amazing. That is amazing. Now for the abdomen, you can do that. There, it's moving. Look at that. Look at that attention to detail. Now, it's the range is not that much, but yeah, it still looks good at the way that was engineered. Then they can do side to side. With articulation. Now for the leg, also warn you guys to be careful here because I don't know, I feel like the connection here is also too tight. So there's a drop down here. And I mean, just look at that. That's the only thing that is connecting the leg. And you can do that to that. But yeah, I don't know if you hear the noise, it is really tight. But it is not as scary tight as the shoulder joint. So there's a drop down there. Then we can basically do the split. And hearing that noise really scares me. There. So you can do the split. Then we can do, I want to show how, okay, I need to rotate you now. Okay, maybe through time that will loosen up, but right now it is really super tight. Or I could have just dropped down. So there's articulation there, and then does this move? No, it doesn't. So that's as much articulation that you can give to him. Is there anything here that moves? No. So if nothing else, Here moves. That's the only range you have prime, which is still good. So this leg, typical. Then he has a toe articulation here. So side to side. Yeah, this is what I want to show. Right, then you drop it down and then, man, I hope I don't break you. There. I don't know if you can see it. The camera, move away. There, that's the only connection that it has on the leg. So I'm kind of worried that through time, you may also break it because, yeah, it is also a little tight. Yeah, so you should be careful with it. Man, I'm trying to show the articulation here, but again, the connection is too tight. So you should learn what part to hold in order to make sure that it doesn't break. Now I cannot put it back there. Yeah, the joints of this figure is really scary tight, which in a way, now it's kind of starting to loosen up, but yeah, that's actually the reason why I did not do the articulation on my build video because I had to loosen up the joints. They were scary tight. I realized that I forgot to show the articulation of the head, so that goes up. Then, yeah, again, even the joint on the head is also too tight. So, yeah, right now I cannot move it. It's just too tight. So I need to loosen that up through time. Anyway, that nothing so major with articulation, can basically look from there to there. It's just one ball peg connecting it there. Right now, it's just too tight. I cannot move it. I mean, just look at that. So basically, my main my review on this figure is basically described can be described into the fact that the joints are really way too tight. So be careful when you are articulating this figure. Okay, guys, I guess that finished my review of Rhinox. So overall, as far as the detail, this is a well-detailed figure, and for its price, it is definitely a must buy. And you can see that based from those points that I shown you, the hands and even on the paint actually, and the separation of details, you can see that from here to here, they are improving on their product. My only really worry with this one is, as I said, this is actually the first time that I really got worried in building this kit from Yolopark because the joints are really way too tight. So be careful with that. You should take note of that in building this because otherwise you might break it. But I guess the fact that I did not do any heating or dipping it in hot water, and I just basically use force to loosen it and nothing broke. I guess that's saying something to the quality of the plastic that they use, that it doesn't easily break. Plus, add to that the bonus that you can upgrade your frame with this, you know, with this amazing weapon set, making Prime looks more badass. So guys, if you reach this part of my video, thank you. And as always, please always take care of yourself.